meeting. Afternoon, folks. Calling to order the meeting for the Information Privacy and Security Council at 1:42 p.m. We have quorum from our members Vince Huang, Stephen Courtney, Jody Ito, Corey Stone, Courtney Kinder, Jonathan Chi, and Kyunghyun Kim. Right. First item on the agenda is to review and approve the meeting minutes. Last time we met was September 17th. I'll switch over to, oh, that's the wrong date. No, 17th, that's right. I'll drop a link in the chat, make it easier for folks to link directly. And give folks a chance to review the agenda, the meeting minutes, and request review and approval. You good? You look good, Matthew. Right. So, all right. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from September 17th, 2025.
Yeah, this is Stephen Courtney. I second it.
Great. While cameras on, let's just do simple hands, no buttons. All in favor? All right. Looks like it's a unanimous vote. Motion carries. On to the next agenda item. For the next item here is public testimony. In the chat window, are there any members in the public that would like to provide testimony? If so, then we can then relax the permissions for your session and so that you could speak. Pause. As far as the folks logged in that are not members, I see a guest, anonymous guest user. No comments there. I think Robert Black, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. Okay. No comments? Okay. All right, moving on then. Next item on the agenda is the annual privacy impact assessment process. And let's see, I'll drop a link to the draft report. So it's been shared for the committee and pushed to the public website is the current version of the report. If there are no comments, we'll finalize the signatures and route it to the legislature. If there are any comments for corrections, then my recommendation is we accept any recommended changes and then finalize the report for submissions to meet our annual reporting deadlines.
Yeah, I do have one comment about that.
Go ahead.
In regards to City and County of Honolulu.
Yeah.
Yes, we did I guess we did do a submission, but
Did not get registered?
yeah, I only see just one of the departments in here.
Mm-hmm.
The environmental services is the only one
Okay.
I see in here.
Okay.
Yeah, we did do a submission back on September 16th. Matter of fact, it had to be zipped to you because
Oh, was it? Did it go to the
yeah,
IPSC email address? We can take a look after the
it
meeting.
was sent to IPSC at Honolulu at IPSC at Hawaii.gov
Okay.
on September 16th.
Okay. Thank you for that note. Okay. We'll take a look and then make some
Okay.
changes as appropriate. The report itself is just provide a catalog of what's been submitted and whatnot. It doesn't get into the details of the data that's been typed. It discusses with my staff of the collections. My current recommendation to them is we review what the pending bills are going to look like and then make it simpler to align the surveys questionnaires to align with the bill that's been submitted for redefining what personal information is in prior years. Um, So in spirit of this report, this is really a summary of participation, who's completing forms and who's not. But due to how we're collecting information, it was difficult to dig deeper and provide some guidance. Are there any members that have any feedback regarding the report? Um, how about any recommendations regarding potential changes to put into the PIA process or the actual questions asked? None? Okay. I will make a comment from the enterprise part of the executive branch. What our intent is to have my staff work with our internal IT governance folks. They are typically the point contact point to departments and agencies, and then we're going to be prioritizing review of the applications, the more critical applications in their environments, and then kind of having then doing a closer dive into the personal information to try to pull more value out of the information we're collecting. Okay. So no general, outside of Stephen's comments, are there any others? If not, then I would recommend reviewing that missing report, revising those numbers, and then finalizing the submission to the legislature. Comments? It's a good direction. So we just make a motion to finalize. Okay. All right. So let me work on this. I'm going to make a motion to finalize report pending changes from city and county missing submission, and then routing for signature and submitting to the ledge. All right. Cool. Can I get a second?
Oh, second.
All right. Great. All in favor?
Yeah, yeah. Aye.
Thanks, everyone. All right, unanimous, motion carries. All right, we can move on to the next agenda item. All right, let's see. Next on the agenda is the Hawaii Public Sector Cybersecurity Summit on December 3rd. Members from government, local, state, and federal met to convene. This was the inaugural event that was led by ETS and supported by eRepublic. Right. Who is in attendance?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, great. Fantastic. All right. Any general comments that you're comfortable mentioning during the
Oh,
meeting?
was a good event. You know, I'm not sure I appreciate being called out, but that was kind of funny. I got a
Yes,
free
I didn't.
book.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate it either, even though I did get a book.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I'm like,
The keynote.
well,
Yeah, Michelle.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
The
yeah.
keynote. Yes.
But you know, he didn't tell me anything that I didn't already know, so it was
Okay.
fine.
So all in good fun
Funny,
then. Yeah.
yeah, it was all in good fun for
Okay.
sure.
All right. Great.
Woke me up.
Yes, during the keynote, I will say I have a fondness for all the dad jokes that Michelle had dropped. So that was, a lot of mic drops there with the dad jokes. They're great. Well, super. For me, my perspective was it was great to be able to meet up with everybody in person and having conversations. Most of my panel and openings were a blur for me, but I definitely appreciated the hallway talks and get a chance to catch up with folks. My apologies for not being able to talk with everybody, but I'm hoping that provided a good connection point so that we can still maintain discussions throughout the year and not depend on having to meet, in person once a year to really, you know, promote dialogue. Okay.
Well, I guess can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, Vince, in
Hmm.
regards to MSISEC,
Yes.
is the state going to pay for that service if it's,
Hmm.
I mean, if it goes to a subscription model for the
Yes.
whole state?
Okay. I can provide a backdrop on that one. The state of Hawaii is one of the earliest MSISAC members. And one of the folks from the state was part of the original founders as well, and so we want to carry that forward. In prior years, it was fully funded through a cooperative agreement at the federal level. For this year, it's been branded as a transition period. ETS is in the process of finalizing procurement to support to continue on with the membership for this fiscal year. We put in a request for longer term membership as well. Um, and we're in the process. It didn't make it to the governor's package, but hoping to find a way to um, shore up the resources to be able to continue support the statewide membership. Right. Karen had mentioned in the chat that the County of Maui separately paid for the membership to continue services. Right.
Yeah, Hawaii
Yeah,
County
we
as
pay
well.
for
We
membership
did
for
too.
both Maui County and it includes our council services.
Okay.
So we paid for the whole shebang.
Got it.
Yeah, Hawaii County as well, because we were trying to get in with that 18-month one. So Hawaii County went ahead and also paid for it.
Got it. Okay. So the transition period membership, the price was reasonable. You're able to make that work then. Okay. Yeah, I can tell you from the statewide perspective that the transition membership was significantly lower than the anticipated regular membership. So that would be a challenge to get approval on that money, but we'll try. Right. So, Stephen, from your perspective, if the state isn't not able to um, allot the funding to support that statewide, would the city county be interested similar to Maui or Hawaii County, or would you continue, be hopeful and see if the state can
Yeah,
continue
I-
that support?
yeah, we would prefer if the state could because we're getting very challenged with funding.
Hmm.
So I'm not,
Okay.
so I'm not sure if we'll be inclined to be able to pay for it right
Yeah.
now.
Got it. Okay. Fair enough. So regarding MSISAC, were anybody else, any other members have comments there? Okay, well, great, thank you. Any other areas of the public sector summit that folks would like to bring up? Okay, if not, I have two items to mention. For folks who are familiar with me on panels, I always foot stomp on MFA. So, state, local agencies, do what you can to lock it down. I can tell you that on the state level, I'm very enthusiastic about where things have progressed on the enterprise side of things, but also from the citizen engagement side. Because in the past, right now, we were very dependent on static passwords, and that's easily stolen. On the enterprise side, we started moving towards um, some levels of maturity of multi-factor authentication. Most recently now with the advancement of what's been available from Microsoft and Entra ID, we're moving towards phishing resistant MFA options, in particular passkeys. And so for me, for my work account and also for my home account, when logging in through my Hawaii related services, passkey functionality works today in both environments. That's wonderful news for folks that are very cautious and concerned about not getting their account stolen. So even if the case, if someone knows what your login is and even has your password, if you have that login system registered with passkeys, then short of breaking into your home or stealing your physical device, it would be extremely unlikely for that to be compromised. So it'll put you in a really, really good footing with respect to logging in. Right? Super. And then so those are two things. I was mentioning MFA that's tied to the enterprise and from the citizen ID side through our My Hawaii program. If you folks are very curious about how to lean into that as well for any public accessible applications that you'd like protected, um, I can get into details, but the short version is from the NerdNot perspective is on the enterprise side, we've effectively standardized on SAML version 2 for enterprise logins. That's pretty much standard on the Entra ID side. But with respect to programs like My Hawaii, it's really using a protocol OIDC, Open ID Connect, I think. That's what the short version is, acronym is. And that means if you have a system that either you're going to replace or you need to build in additional authentication, ask your developers on the ability to support OIDC. And if you're not able to, then fall back to SAML. Right? So that's a super concise technical answer to help bridge the gap and tie things into My Hawaii. And if you folks want to work more closely with the ETS team, then reach out, and then I'll put you in touch with the identity team so that we can discuss that more thoroughly with folks. Okay. Any
Hey
questions there?
Vincent, I wanted to ask a question about the My Hawaii.
Mhm.
Was that gonna be something like statewide that you guys was gonna have so that like, for example, like, Hawaii residents from any island being able to register with My Hawaii and then utilize that
Yes.
to like, say for example, you're on a different island, you want to go to the park or
Mhm.
pay for different fees on different islands. Is that gonna spread across the statewide as far as for the My
Um,
Hawaii?
that's the intent.
Okay.
Because our first major project was working with Tyler Hawaii and migrating the login systems from their internal Lala environment over to My Hawaii. So that carried over, mostly state programs, but it included counties as well. Right. And so, yes, to answer your question, yes, that's the intent.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Other questions related to some topics at the Cybersecurity Summit? All right. And I notice Krishna is observing. So I'll just make the reference to SZA again. I looked at my Spotify, it's top artists for the year. Okay. All right, moving on. All right. Next on the agenda item is related to securing public meetings. I think onboarding of the members to get reach quorum, at least for this meeting, went really smoothly. We had a few configuration hiccups and locked things down to keep disruptive um, participation, to put it lightly. And so some other calls, there were some troubles for members actually to participate because of the ability to not only log into the meeting, but enabling audio and video. So I'm glad that this meeting went through smoothly, and we can review to improve that ability for other meetings as well. All right.
Yes, thank you for fixing that. It was very traumatic.
Yes, yes. Apologies. Yeah, no, yeah. So we're working through that to help um, promote open dialogue without disruptive actors. ETS is working closely on the to review and refine those technical recommendations. They're going to be working and then sharing that information with OIP, Office of Information Practices, so that it can be that guidance can be shared more openly for in support of all of the open or sunshine meetings. Okay. Any comments there? None. All right.
I think for us in Hawaii County, we have the Zoom Gov, and we've tried to look into the Zoom webinar feature,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and then as well as with Teams, or we've been doing the breakout sessions,
Yeah.
and trying to set up some ways to better assist with our departments and doing their meetings, especially where public is involved. And so it's been a challenge, but I think some of the stuff we've been doing has been kind of working a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but
Fantastic.
definitely having some guidance and some recommendations would definitely be very appreciated, especially since we do have quite a bit of public meetings that gets put out there.
Got it. Okay. I think at a high level, some general non-technical guidance has been made. ETS, we're specifically catering the configurations or the settings to Teams specifically. Um, so I'm not sure it'll be as detailed or granular enough as you might like for Zoom, but we'll share what we have. Okay. Thanks for that. Great. Um, so regarding this topic, any other comments from the members? Otherwise, we can move forward. None? Okay, great. All right, so moving on to the good of the order. I'll leave this section part open for just comments. Did any general announcements from the members? Okay. Related to the public sector security conference, on the ETS side, we made the decision to continue to work with eRepublic for 3 summits. We're going to continue with the Data and AI Summit in May, the annual Digital Security Summit, Digital Summit, IT-wide, in September, and then the Security Summit in December once again. Okay. And I'm going to be proposing that the next scheduled meeting will be February 18th, 2026. And then regarding um, the recurring IPSC meetings, historically, I've been prioritizing just holding the meetings monthly and then recessing as needed. We've had really good traction to achieve quorum lately, so I'm going to make the proposal that we schedule every other month instead, unless you folks want to selfishly hold the meeting on your calendar blocked so that you have an extra hour every month. But the intent is actually just convening every 2 months, no more than every 2 months instead. If there are no concerns or objections, then we'll go ahead and schedule that. Yeah. Right. And then that will cover the entire agenda. So thank you folks for your participation. And I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Alrighty then. Okay, so procedural, vote.
Okay, yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yes, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Meeting's adjourned at 2:08 p.m. Have a great afternoon, folks, and happy holidays. See you next year.
Go on,
Happy
everyone.
holidays.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Have a safe and relaxing time. See y'all.